Hello everyone, welcome to the Buzz the Prey Manga. Today we continue the latest Global Freeze chapter, rewritten and edited by me in English for a smooth reading experience. All visuals and story flow are personally edited to give you the best manga style storytelling. Support the original creator by checking the official manga. So let's dive right into the today's chapter.
Chapter 2950 One Shocking Change. The image of the massive heavenly feather palace flashed through Zhang Yi's mind, and he murmured, "No wonder even a powerful clan like the Aihen had to create a completely isolated area to avoid being recalled by the Aihen clan." As for Drucker, the reason they can survive is interpreted as greed, which is to increase their ever-expanding total amount of cosmic energy to resist the call of the higher-dimensional cosmic ocean. But this process only lasted for a little over 3 billion years. Whether those Drucker kings can truly live forever, no one can say for sure. Perhaps from the perspective of a higher dimension, what they call billions or hundreds of millions of years is just a very short period of time. Sooner or later, Drucker will also be forcibly summoned back to the Sea of Muta. Perhaps that's why they need to constantly revive and then destroy one Ming dynasty after another, absorbing the fragments of the Ming dynasty from them to extend their own lifespan. Zhang Yi was deeply moved, feeling that the deeper his understanding of the world became, the stronger his sense of awe grew. We do not seek to live forever in this world, but only to live a few more years in peace and tranquility. Zhang Yi smiled and said to Yang Xinxin, "Continue to use your strengths and study the information on this guy. We don't think about the future, we only think about the present." Yang Xinxin nodded and went back to continue studying the data. During their time in space, everyone enjoyed a very peaceful period. After all, with the hyperdimensional cube and the rope of the Riverside country as benchmarks, they used a quantum computer to simulate a huge star map to guide them. This way you can avoid most of the troubles you encounter on the road. No further danger occurred during this period. Besides meditation, spiritual practice, and self-improvement, the group spends their days relaxing and having fun together. Zhang Yi and his group could be said to be the most carefree among the fleets of all races. After all, he could carry the Sky Sea Fortress with him at all times, and it had all kinds of food and leisure equipment. When he has nothing to do, he plays games with Fatty Sue, King Arthur, and others. They could even create a huge stadium inside the Dreamer, where people could play basketball or something. That day, after dinner, Zhang Yi invited Fatty Sue, Uncle Yu, Deng Shintong, and others to play ball together. Suddenly, the spaceship system issued a notification. At a distance of 36.2 degrees to the left and front of the spacecraft's trajectory, a planet has appeared. Its condition is unknown, but its diameter is approximately 58,000 kilometers. After hearing the news, Zhang Yi walked to the sidelines. Zhou Kuer and Yang Xia, who were standing nearby, immediately came over with towels and water. Zhang Yi took a sip of water, wiped the sweat from his neck, and opened the data panel. In the scene, in the deep universe, a huge red star is rotating at an extremely slow speed. It has a mysterious and eerie feel to it. Zhang Yi frowned and asked, "Warship AI, is there such a planet on the original route?" The warship's mainframe immediately replied, "According to the information provided by Super Dimension Cube, this area was originally a mining area. The planets inside are all rich mineral planets captured by the Star Clan to provide raw materials." Upon hearing that there was a mine to dig for, Fatty Sue and his friends excitedly gathered around. "Boss, since we're already here, why not take this opportunity to mine some of those mines too?" Zhang Yi rolled her eyes. "An entire planet? What are you going to use to mine it?" Turning his head, he gave the order to the spaceship's mainframe. "Pass by quickly, do not stop." Fatty Sue helplessly shrugged at his stall. Deng Shintong smiled and said to him, "Let me tell you, old Zhang is the type of person who would never do anything risky. All right, let's hurry up and head to the depths of the Starry Sky Corridor. We have some important business to attend to." Zhang Yi instructed the spaceship's main computer to carefully observe the planet and report immediately if any anomalies were detected. After a long time without any clear response, he stopped paying attention. They played ball until midnight. Everyone took a hot shower, drank a couple of drinks, and then went back to their rooms to sleep. Late at night, Fatty Sue opened his bedroom door and went in, only to see Li Yongyang sitting on the bed wearing a white cotton nightgown. Seeing him come in, Li Yongyang smiled and walked over, took his clothes, and hung them on the clothes rack. "How did you play ball today?" she asked with a smile. Fatty Sue shook his firm, muscular body. Although his face is still round, he exercises every day. However, Uncle Yu's training for him was not like that of a bodybuilding coach who trains him to build muscle. To prepare for battle is designed to create a shaped, fatty muscle form. The skin has a layer of oily sheen, and beneath the fat lies firm muscle. People with this physique have great stamina and resilience in fights. Is there any need to say more? We crushed them 3-1. "Honey, you're amazing." Li Yongyang smiled and gave him a kiss on the cheek. Fatty Sue chuckled and put his arm around her waist. "Don't you know how great I am?" The two girls turned off the lights and lay down on the bed. Li Yongyang pushed him down onto the bed and straddled his waist. The main lights were off, but there were pink ambient lights in the room, emitting a mesmerizing glow. Li Yongyang's two slender, fair legs peeked out from under her pajamas, looking exceptionally alluring. Fatty Sue couldn't help but swallow several mouthfuls of saliva. "Hey, Yongyang, you seem a little different these days." "Is that right?" Li Yongyang smiled slightly and leaned down to slowly approach Fatty Sue. Just as their faces were about to touch, Li Yongyang's expression suddenly changed dramatically. No longer is that stunningly beautiful face. It has become bloody and distorted, a bizarre face, as if it were formed from a complex mass of flesh and blood. She suddenly opened her blood-red mouth wide, aimed at Fatty Sue's neck, and a tongue as sharp as a sword instantly shot out. On Zhang Yi's side, the door opened, and Zhou Kuo and Yang Xia, supporting themselves against the wall, walked back to their respective rooms to rest. They've been married for over 10 years, but now they sleep separately at night. That's how you can sleep soundly. Zhang Yi locked the door from the inside and lay down on the bed in her pajamas. The indoor temperature should be comfortable, and the sleep lamp should emit a dim, yellowish glow. Knowing that he would soon be reuniting with Bai Longzi and the others, Zhang Yi felt much more at ease. According to the original plan, the entire population of Earth was to be reshuffled, and this process was almost complete. However, right now, there is still one major concern in my heart. Zhang Yi frowned. The vampires, the spider demons, the Norns, and the Nightmare Clan, why would they go to such lengths and risk so much danger to kill me? Chapter 2952, The Cosmic Ghost. Once the betrayal of allies in the Star Corridor is exposed, it will be tantamount to directly challenging the authority of the 6 major races. Even if it's just to ensure their authority on Earth, they have to punish these races. But Zhang Yi didn't remember such a huge enmity between his 4 major clans. Although they had previously killed the powerful members of these major races on the territory of the feathered people, it was because they had started the conflict first. It's unreasonable for the person who started the war to resent the person who is forced to fight back. This is what confused Zhang Yi. Their actions were very regular, and it seemed like they had been planning it for a long time. There wasn't such a deep grudge between them, so their killing of them must have been for some huge benefit. However, there is probably only one thing about that they covet. Without a doubt, this is Rin's human form, but even if they kill him, are they confident they can get him? Ling's human form is something that even a powerful race like the Nightmare Clan would covet. The dragons had always known about his relationship with Rin, but they had never considered Rin's human form. But this doesn't mean that other ethnic groups wouldn't have similar thoughts. There isn't a single one who can be right behind them. Is there a powerful mastermind behind them? Zhang Yi frowned deeply. I don't believe in the driving force of the Nightmare Clan. Given the current situation on Earth, the most suspicious group is undoubtedly the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I've only had some dealings with the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Zhang Yi thought about it for a long time, and a sense of possibility arose in his heart, but he couldn't prove it. Next, we just need to hold on tight to the dragon's coattails and then figure out what to do next. Zhang Yi closed her eyes, trying to fall asleep quickly. His body has long since been modified by Shokoda using the power of the immortals. Just 2 hours of deep sleep each day is enough to fully restore your energy. But just as he was about to fall asleep, he suddenly heard very faint footsteps outside the room. The sound was very soft, like something wet crawling out of the water. Then he walked down the corridor with a pat-pat sound. The noise kept Zhang Yi awake. Who's wandering around here in the middle of the night? Zhang Yi frowned, rolled over, and got out of bed. He walked to the door, intending to open it, but just as he was about to press his fingerprint on the lock, he was suddenly startled. His bedroom was the best protected on the entire Dreamer, completely isolated from the outside world. The sound insulation is top-notch. How could you possibly hear even the slightest footstep? Zhang Yi's gaze suddenly sharpened, and a sense of unease crept into his heart. A vortex of illusory light appeared in his eyes, and the power of the second hand of time was activated. By using a 5-second projection of the next 2 seconds, he saw what would happen after he pushed the door open, but he saw nothing. The corridor remained as quiet as ever. Huh? What's going on? Could it be that you've been hallucinating lately? Zhang Yi frowned. Although there was some pressure after arriving at the Starry Sky corridor, most of it was within my expectations. Speaking of danger, it was only when I encountered the wild puppet that I fought it off, but I was unharmed. How could the stress cause hallucinations? He took a deep breath, rubbed his temples vigorously, and then turned over and went back to bed to continue sleeping. But as soon as he lay down on the bed, that wet, sticky sound started again. Snap. Snap. Zhang Yi suddenly opened his eyes this time. He could finally confirm that he wasn't hallucinating. He rolled over and got up, and the sound was still coming from there. It was faint and indistinct, as if it came from a distant direction, or as if it were right next to him. What happened? A chill ran down Zhang Yi's back, causing him to shiver involuntarily. Even now, as a powerful individual with an extraordinary index of 68,000, Zhang Yi is still the cautious and timid man at heart. He instinctively became wary when faced with the unknown. The Dreamer account cannot be hacked without reason. Even a Black Knight-level power user could only break through his defensive force field by launching a continuous barrage of attacks. Could it be that the people on the spaceship are playing a joke on me? At this moment, the spaceship was filled with its own people and allies. The Shunfeng and Luo Qiao clans occupied a small portion of the space at the bow and stern of the ship. Is there anything they want to do? Zhang Yi immediately activated the mainframe of the Dreamer, using the highest level of authorization to scan the space around him. But after a round of testing, nothing was found. But the more this happened, the stronger Zhang Yi's unease became. Clap. Clap. The sound continued to come, but the screen was completely empty. The voice seemed to come from the underworld. Zhang Yi's first reaction was to hide under the covers and ignore it, but this thought was suppressed in less than a second. Now he is the leader of the entire warship. Even if he is just the leader of a makeshift crew, he still needs to be responsible for all his comrades on the ship. Moreover, the closest people living around him are his closest family members, such as Yang Xinxin, Lu Karen, and Zhou Kur. Zhang Yi took a deep breath, and the full set of armor immediately adhered to his body. He drew the sword of judgment and came to the doorway. Taishu bathrobes covered his body. Making thorough preparations, he scanned his palm lines. The massive alloy doors unfolded silently, like flower petals. Zhang Yi stepped out and looked at both sides of the long corridor. The corridor was wide and deep, and remained brightly lit even at night. But Zhang Yi always felt that at the end of the corridor, the light was getting dimmer and dimmer, and some things were gradually becoming unclear. Zhang Yi suspected that there was something wrong with her eyes. The Dreamer is always well lit, and this amount of light is never lacking. He rubbed his eyes, but when he looked again, a figure suddenly appeared at the end of the corridor in the dim light, a tall, thin figure in black. The corridor is over 10 meters high, designed to facilitate the passage of certain special ethnic groups, but the black figure's head was already close to the ceiling. At first glance, it looks like a person wearing a black top hat and an obviously ill-fitting oversized suit, with broad shoulders, like a paper doll made of paper. But where in the world are there people that tall? Zhang Yi was enraged and shouted in a low voice, "Who's joking around here? The lights overhead suddenly started flashing, flickering on and off like a carousel.
Alright, that's it for the today's chapter. Tell me in the comments which part you enjoyed the most. If you love manga style stories, don't forget to like the video and subscribe the Buzz Play Manga. See you in the next chapter with more surprises. Thank you.